Using delay is a great way to add space and excitement to any mix. What I want to do is talk about 4 ways that you can level up your delay and make it really exciting and unique in your tracks. The first method is to use pitched delays. Now, what I mean by this is to take a simple delay and pitch up the audio or down to make sure that the delayed sound is actually a different pitch than your original sound. Here I have an Echo Boy doing half-note delays on a vocal chop sample. Let's see what that sounds like.
Make up your mind. Make up your mind.
Now, if I take a pitch changing plugin and change the pitch of the sample before the delay, I can get really cool results. In this case, we can change the pitch up an octave and maybe even lower the formant a little bit in order to get a cool, detuned, lower vocal delay.
Make up your mind. Make up your mind.
The second way to level up your delays is to take advantage of distortion. You can get some really cool results from simply just distorting a delayed sound to create a cool contrast between the original sound and the delayed signal. Let's take a listen to an example on a bass line where the distorted echo of the bass makes a really interesting contrast to the original clean bass. I'm going to be using Devil Lock Deluxe by Soundtoys in order to distort this delayed signal. You can use any distortion plugin here, I just really love the way the Devil Lock sounds. Let's take a listen to before and after the distortion. Number 3 is to utilize stereo movement. There's a lot of ways you can make your delays move around in the stereo field, and one of the most common uses is ping pong delay. The basic idea here is that each delayed signal is going to bounce from the left to the right speaker so that you create this really cool movement. To show this, I'm going to again use Echo Boy. Echo Boy has a built-in ping pong delay setting, which is really helpful, but any delay that's going to have this sort of ping pong effect can work well. So what I want to do is I want to listen to an 8th note delay on this vocal without the ping pong effect, and then engage the ping pong effect so you can hear the difference. Really pay attention to the ending when the delay tails off so you can really focus on that movement between the left and the right speakers. You can really hear how moving the sound from left to right creates an interesting movement that would otherwise not exist in your mix. This really helps contrast it against things in the center of your mix as well. And the 4th tip for leveling up delays is to use delay like reverb. In reality, all reverb really is messing around with delay under the hood. So what you can do is you can use delay plugins to create these big reverberated track beds and spaces to create really awesome textures and effects in your song. The most important parameters to think about when doing this are your feedback amount and your actual echo time or delay time. What's really important to note is that the more feedback you introduce on a delay, the more reverberated the signal is going to sound. What's even more important is that when you use a really cool delay plugin like Echo Boy that has a little bit more under the hood, you don't have to do as much work because there's so many awesome presets to look through. Let's start by grabbing one of these reverb and spaces presets and listening to how this kind of effect makes an interesting lead sound pop out of the mix with more of kind of that big reverberated space sound. So to recap these 4 ways to level up your delay: 1, used pitch delays. Number 2, take advantage of distortion. Number 3, utilize stereo movement. And finally, number 4, to use delays like reverb. If you take advantage of these techniques and experiment more with delay, I promise you're going to get awesome results. Be sure to check out our workshops, resources, learning guides, and sample packs. And of course, make sure to scope out our free videos as well.